What if I told you debt isn't the devil, it's just data? I know somebody somewhere just clutched their pearls, but listen, debt isn't what's holding most women back. It's the shame, the silence, and the lack of strategy. In this episode, we're flipping the script and talking about how to manage debt without guilt, fear, or foolishness, just facts and freedom. Because debt doesn't make you broke, mismanagement does. Welcome to Money, Legacy, and Her, the podcast where ambition meets action and wealth is built with receipts. I'm your host, Doris Renee. Every week, we break down the real money moves, mindset shifts, and bold strategies ambitious women need to create legacy on their terms. This isn't hustle culture, it's power moves only. Let's get into it. Sis, we need to talk about debt, and not in the finger wagging, credit score shaming, cut up your cards kind of way. We're flipping the script today because debt, it's not the devil, but staying in the dark about it might be. If you've ever sat staring at your bank statement like it personally betrayed you, or it whispered, "Don't look, girl," this episode is for you. Today, I'm breaking down how to manage debt without guilt, fear, or foolishness. Just strategy. Real talk, real tools, and a path to breathe again. So let's get started. My first experience with debt was when I was in college. I'm a first generation college student. I absolutely signed up for financial aid. And I truly geeked out so much about being away from home. I didn't stop at all to learn anything about money or to get any advice before I left. My father had set up a savings account for me when I was a little girl. I think it was called like a squirrel account or something like that. But I had spent that on senior year because, activities. So I really knew nothing when I stepped on campus. So here I am, and classes haven't started yet. I'm about a week before classes start, and I see some kid across the yard at a makeshift kiosk offering free credit cards. Yes, I said free credit cards because that's how it was positioned. I'm just saying. So I immediately signed up with no hesitation. Yes, please. I had no idea how they worked. I never even asked about interest rates or the consequences if I didn't pay. As a matter of fact, I was 2 cards in before I understood the weight of what I had done. Like a lot of people, I learned to pay the minimums and I just kept it pushing. It didn't get real until I graduated, started making real money, and decided it was time to buy a nice car and figure out how to buy a house that it all hit me. It was the first time in my life that the words financial literacy had any meaning at all. It was a terribly hard lesson. So here's the thing. Most women, especially us, carry some form of debt. It's credit cards, student loans, business lines. And so you are not behind. I need you to understand that and know that. I also don't want you to spend any time blaming so-and-so or such and such. It is what it is. We don't have time for the shame cycle. Shame keeps you stuck, but strategy sets you free. So let's talk about 4 smart ways to manage debt, and then we'll talk about some strategies to get out of debt. Here's the thing, you don't have to be debt-free tomorrow, but you do need to be debt aware and debt wise. Here's how to start. Number 1, You gotta face the numbers. You have to know what you owe. I was even thinking about this the other day. I was in my prayer time and I was thinking about something that I had been avoiding. I am not above it all, please believe. And something came to me, and I was thinking, you know what? How are you supposed to take things to God in prayer? How are you supposed to let them go and give them to Him if you're hiding from them yourself? And it was like, okay, that's it. Let's get it done. So, understanding what you owe is important. You've got to open the bills, love, print the statements, write it down, your balances, your interest rate, your minimum payments. This is your power list, not your punishment. You can't pay off what you refuse to look at. Number two, choose your strategy. Most of the experts talk about the avalanche method versus the snowball method or some combination. If you're not familiar, the avalanche method is where you pay off the highest interest debt first, which saves you money over the long run. The other method is called a snowball, and it's where you pay off the smallest balances first, and this is where you build momentum. So here's another way to think about it. The avalanche is for my spreadsheet sisters, and the snowball is for my I need a win this week warriors. And here's a bonus. Consider calling your credit companies first to work out a plan. Number three, you'll want to build a debt freedom fund. Set aside even $25 to $100 a month that is just for debt attack. That way, you're not living check to check and trying to do a lump sum at the end of the year. And number four, you got to stop adding to the fire. So pause the spending leaks, not forever, but until your financial fire is under control. And yes, that might mean deleting Klarna from your phone for a bit. I'm here for you. We're good. So let's shift a little bit and talk about some pro moves, some things that the experts don't always tell you. All right? So here we go. Number one, consider a balance transfer, but please read the fine print. 0% interest does not mean zero consequences. But if you can pay off a chunk during the promotion period, it is a strategic move. Something else to add on to it, if you consider the balance transfer when you know you're about to come into some money, either through a bonus, some kind of dividend payment, or maybe it's tax time or something like that, then you know that you're going to be able to take advantage of those great terms. Number two, refinance or consolidate with intention. Don't just take a loan to feel better. Make sure the new payment terms actually help, not just look smaller. Here's an obvious one. Start earning money on the side, even if it's temporary. Sometimes it's not actually a spending issue, it's an income gap. I'm not saying start a business today if that's not your calling, but freelancing, selling digital products, or rentals can give your plan fuel, and it's something that is manageable. Here's a tip. Protect your credit while you're paying it down. So, while you're thinking about all of these things that I'm sharing with you today, even if you're not paying it all off right now, please keep things current. On-time payments is 35% of your credit score. So, you're a good juggler. You're a woman. You know how to balance things. Keep that in mind. Now back to the list. Number four, bartering for services instead of paying cash. So consider swapping some of your skills, design, editing, coaching, baking, whatever, in exchange for services you'd normally pay for to free up money to tackle your debt. I myself have been a part of this, and it has been glorious. So many of you know that I do business coaching and consulting as part of our operations. And I had someone approach me about trading my coaching services for some of her beauty services and esthetician services. And listen, my face has never glowed more. Okay. It worked out. And she was pretty, pretty. So if you are sitting on something that is of value, consider talking to someone else who has something of value that you'd like to trade for. Number 5, geo arbitrage. You know, we are not trees, we are not planted. And I know people who are literally moving to lower cost cities or countries to lower their living expenses, whether it's temporary or permanent. It's a move. And using the gap to crush debt is a power move. Number 6, debt payoff challenges with friends or online communities. So here's a shameless plug for Prosperous Society, the community that I have founded and am a part of. A no day, no spend challenge or a 10K in 10 weeks sprint is gamified, but it's also much more fun with friends. So you get accountability, you get rewards, you get emotional support, and a little friendly competition to keep you focused. Last but not least, consider reverse engineering your debt freedom dates. You know, everybody's got these terms in their head now about debt freedom or financial independence and all that good stuff. Well, instead of throwing random amounts, people are actually picking a debt-free date and then calculating exactly how much to pay monthly or biweekly to hit it. Here's why this works. It gives your strategy a deadline. You move from I'm trying to pay off debt to I will be debt-free by April 2026, for example. Listen, sis, debt isn't the devil and you are not behind. You're in process. You've got power, and starting today, you've got a plan. If you're looking for some tools to go along with this episode, I suggest you go to our website, moneylegacypodcast.com, and grab the Debt Freedom Starter Pack. It's a free download and it's linked in the show notes, and it is going to change the game. Until next time, stand on business and build wealth with receipts. And that's a wrap on this episode of Money, Legacy, and Her. I hope you're walking away with the insight and the fire you need to take your next bold step. Because when women build wealth, we shift generations. If this episode spoke to you, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It helps more women find this movement. Want more? Head to moneylegacypodcast.com to get connected and grab tools to support your legacy journey. This is Doris Renee signing off. Stay focused, stay powerful, and keep making money moves with purpose.